Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Firstly, I thank Swami for giving this great opportunity to stand here in his presence to share few of my thoughts. First, I would like to share that in many Muslim families, especially for girls, getting opportunity to study further is not always easy. But I feel extremely proud and grateful to say that I am the first person in my family to step out of my home for my higher education. This became possible only because Swami has provided the safest and a supportive environment with all the facilities. My parents would not have sent me to any other college if not for this institution. Thank you, Swami, for providing all such facilities so that girls like me who don't get opportunities can now stand on their own. This is my first experience in my hostel life. Initially, I felt it very difficult to adjust. At this moment, my seniors helped me to gain the strength by sharing their experience with Swami. At this time, I didn't know anything much about Swami. It was on 17th November 2024, I saw Swami for the first time. On that evening, everyone was waiting eagerly for Swami's arrival, and I was so excited to see him. When the doors opened and when Swami entered the hall, my eyes were fixed on him, and when Swami passed by my side, I felt goosebumps and my eyes were filled with tears. Just by looking at Swami, I realized that Swami is a living God. This is a beautiful experience which I will never forget in my life. Here, my life has undergone a deep and a positive transformation, especially through 100 days of the teachings of Ashtavakra Gita. These teachings helped me to understand myself better. Swami, you told us to take any of the shloka and apply it in our life. I have chosen this. Muktim ichhasi chetat, vishayan vishavatyaja, Kshama arjava daya tosha, satyam piyushavad bhaja. These are the 5 noble qualities: forgiveness, straightforwardness, compassion, contentment, and truth. Forgiving others and letting it go has brought peace to my mind. Straightforwardness helped me to speak truth with confidence and not pleasant untruths. Contentment taught me to appreciate and to be happy with what I have instead of comparing myself with others. Above all, the teachings guided me to walk on the path of truth. After practicing these qualities, I feel so peaceful and happier than before. As a student of optometry, during my clinical postings to the Department of Ophthalmology, I learned that even the eye care carries a deep spiritual meaning. For example, cataract is like ignorance that clouds the clear vision, and the surgeon who operates is Sadguru, who removes the darkness and brings light back into our life. Refractive errors taught me that sometimes vision is blurred, not because eye is weak, but the focus is wrong. Similarly, in our life, when we lose focus on God, we cannot differentiate between right and wrong. Another problem the patients come with is glaucoma. Glaucoma is known as the silent thief of vision. In the same way, negative thoughts and ego silently steal our peace of mind if it is not detected early. Coming to the retina. Retina receives light and converts it into vision. In our life, our mind is like retina. Once the retina is damaged, no matter how bright the light is, we cannot see the reality properly. My experience in the department taught me that treating eye is scientific, but restoring vision is spiritual. Interacting with patients in the department helped me that interacting with patients in the department helped me to learn even the smallest, to be gratitude even for the smallest blessings in my life, like the ability to see, which we often take for granted. I also learned the qualities of compassion, patience, hope, and the value of service. These lessons will stay with me not only in my education, but throughout my life. Another experience I would like to share is during the holy month of Ramzan. In my family, I was very particular about fasting and I never missed a fast. When I came to hostel, my family told me that it would not be possible for me to fast here. But it was not true at all. Instead, hot, delicious and nutritious meals were ready for me and for another sister before we woke up. During this time, I experienced some divine energy within me which made me attend classes, clinical postings, there interacting with patients, and for evening prayers. Yet, I remained energetic and active throughout the day without feeling hungry or tired. Thank you, Swami, for that motherly care. When my parents came here to do seva for 15 days, they felt so happy and peaceful. They also began greeting with Sai Ram to whoever they see in the ashram. When I asked, "Do you know them?" they said, "No, but everyone feels like our family here." If people who came here only for 15 days can experience such peace and transformation, then imagine how blessed we students are that Swami has provided us the opportunity to serve 24/7 in many different ways. I conclude by saying that I feel so lucky that I'm growing under the divine guidance of such a spiritual master who is helping us to grow spiritually, academically, and helping us to become a better human being. Swami, please bless us to walk on your path and help us to become a useful instrument in your divine mission. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.